In the Pits is partnered with 71 Designs, owned and operated by veteran Wade Martin, and partnered with fellow Texas brand Compete. 71 Designs can take your ideas for soft goods, merchandise, and casual wear and make them a reality. Message 71 Designs on Facebook or Instagram to get started today. In the Pits is partnered with Podrunners Union. Podrunners Union breaking news. Super limited Union Tech tees and, for the first time, Fiesta medals are available online at podrunnersunion.org. Use offer code PITS for 10% off of your order. Stealing pods for undeserving teams. It's a living. In the Pits is partnered with Mariachi Águilas de Oro. Based in Austin and servicing the surrounding areas, these Golden Eagles will bring life to any event you are having, from birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, corporate events, or even a simple performance to enjoy. Guillermo Padilla, one of their trumpet players, is also a member of the Texas paintball scene. Visit them on Facebook and Instagram to check out some of their past performances, or give them a call to book them for your event today. In the Pits is partnered with Skull Monkeys Paintball. Equip, engage, excel. In the Pits is partnered with XTPL Events. The Extreme Tournament Paintball League is a series put on by the Lukow family of Paintball Fit fame that gives the opportunity for players to learn and grow together as a team. 3-man, Challengers and Champions X-Ball, Draft Mech X-Ball, and even Youth 3v3. There's something for everyone at XTPL. Not to mention prize tosses, raffles, and the infamous paintball munching contest. Events happen throughout the year, and the prizes never disappoint. Sign up for an XTPL event today on PB Leagues. In the Pits is partnered with Hydra. Designed by players, for players, you can outfit yourself in Hydra gear from head to toe. Have confidence that when you make a purchase from Hydra, you are purchasing a well-tested and well-thought-out product, trusted by several top teams, including first-place semi-pro team, PaintballFit.com. I personally recommend their Hydra Black knee pads. Purchases over $100 receive free shipping. Head to hydra.fit to browse their selection and discover the Hydra mentality. In the Pits is partnered with BEM Wraps. Behind every mask is a unique and creative player. Tap into it when you order your next custom headpiece. Their Build-A-Band lets you communicate with them one-on-one to make your order just the way you want, all the way down to the color of the stitch. Check out their Instagram at BEMWraps for drops and build videos of them working on orders. They offer very competitive pricing, so reach out today to get started on your own one-of-a-kind headpiece. In the Pits is partnered with Compete. Compete is a Texas-based brand by Jell Stewart of professional team AC Diesel that provides custom jerseys, pants, headbands, straps, tech shirts, and any other soft goods to help individuals and teams compete at the highest level. Support Texas Paintball and message Compete on Facebook or Instagram and mention In the Pits Podcast for 10% off your entire order. In the Pits is partnered with Get Dat Shot. Get Dat Shot now offers first-in-line photo and video editing, 20% off Get Dat Shot merch, and 20% off prints to all teams that wear the Get Dat Shot logo on their jersey. Message GetDat_shot on Facebook or Instagram to become a Get Dat Shot program team. In the Pits is partnered with Paintball Kumite. Paintball Kumite is a program designed by Colt Roberts of professional team San Antonio X Factor to take paintball players of all ages, experience levels, and skill groups and mold them into champions. The program breaks the game down into small, easy-to-learn sessions designed to help you master the fundamentals so that you can elevate your game. Newcomers to the program get a free 1-hour introductory class when mentioning In the Pits. To sign up for a class, message at Paintball Kumite on Instagram.
Drinking water all day at your tournaments and still feel tired? What if we could hydrate you from the cellular level? At BioWorks Mobile IV Service, our licensed professionals understand what it takes to get through a long day of exercise. We use all natural vitamins to increase hydration, recovery, and prolonged athletic endurance. Help your team get to the podium. Book now by texting the number on your screen or calling today. Call 972-948-8207 to book now. That's 972-948-8207. BioWorks. Hydrate. Win. Repeat.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 89 of In the Pits Paintball Podcast. This podcast is focused on everything that has to do with the paintball scene here in Texas, from professional players and teams to new divisional programs, local tournament series, field owners, Texas-based brands, even photographers and videographers. Every week, we'll have a short and sweet episode with a new topic and a new special guest. I'm Christian Dallas Smith. I'm a player for the Texas Titans, and this episode we are giving a send-off to all 35 Texas teams competing in the NXL Las Vegas Major, as well as giving our predictions for the pro bracket, where we will be joined here in a little bit by Uno's Jerky, JC Lamone. So, y'all, we've got a lot of Texas teams competing in Vegas this upcoming, just a few days away now, just 4 days from now, games start. So, what we're going to be doing is going through the rosters of all of the Texas teams that are here on PB Leagues. And we're just going to wish everybody good luck. If you are here listening and you want to come on and, just give a brief, talk a little bit about your team, then if you've been on the show before, please just join the Discord at any time. Otherwise, if you want to send me a direct message on Instagram or Facebook during the show, I will get you that Discord link so that you can join. So we are going to start us off with this division, which is Division 3 5-man, brought to us by XTPL Events. We've got Veteran Militia coming out of Dallas, Texas. Here we go. We've got oh my goodness, I'm going to be mispronouncing some names today, but that is okay. I'm going to do my best. So we've got Capella Advincula, Richard Crow, Wesley Idle, Devin Morris, Jeffrey Munoz, Andrew Pang, and Hunter Riordan. Veteran Militia hails from Dallas, Texas. I know they were at Outlaw Paintball this past weekend to practice. And so, good luck to Veteran Militia competing in Division 3 5-man. Up next, brought to us by Skull Monkeys Paintball, we are taking to the Youth 5v5 division, where we have Countdown Kids coming out of San Antonio, Texas. Competing here, we have Alex Amos, Logan Crenshaw, Brandon Day, Jacob Hurst, Michael Guerrero, Tyler Middleton, Kelson Walker, Dane Webb, and Cesar Zamora, and of course Jimmy Roma and Cesar Ortiz on their staff. So good luck to the Countdown Kids competing in in the Youth 5v5 division out of San Antonio. If you're here in the chat, let me know, who are you rooting for or who are you playing for this weekend in Vegas? Up next, we have the Division 4 5-man, which is brought to us by Pod Runners Union. And again, if you are here listening live and you want to join in, either send me a message, or if you've been on the show before, just feel free to join the Discord. It's the same one as before. So in the youth, this next one is brought to us by Pod Runners Union. In Division 4 5-man, we've got Veteran Militia Charlie, also calling Dallas their home. We've got Andrew Barber, Dane Garnicia, Joel Go, Matthew Granda, Corey Lockhart, Philip Mears, and Christopher Ramirez, and of course Chris Rangel on staff. So good luck to Veteran Militia Charlie, as well as Shut Up or Trying Hydra, playing in Division 4 5-man from Waxahachie, Texas. I know it says Dallas. They play at a paintball fit, of course. So we've got Tate Estrada, Jordan Fallon, Jarek Lewis, Paul Mart, Zach Rosen, Daniel Sandoval, and Christopher Tucker. So good luck to all of you on Shut Up or Trying Hydra competing in Division 4 5-man. Up next, we've got Division 5 X-Ball, where we've got 3 teams competing from Texas, brought to us by BEMRAPS. So in Division 5 X-Ball, we have the Gunners from San Antonio, Texas. We've got John Butler, Garrett Garst, Tim McGregor, Nicholas McKenna, Brian Padilla, P-Man, Corey Sepulveda, and Kelson Walker. Kelson also making an appearance on the Gunners. And then on staff, we've got Robin Brantley, Holly McKenna, Jesse Stevens, and Jonathan Trevino. So a lot of support for the Gunners here. Good luck to the Gunners in Division 5 X-Ball. We also have Shut Up They're Trying out of Waxahachie. And competing for them, we have Patrick Garcia, Jordan Jameson, Austin Gistel, Noah Johnson, Tyler Miles, Austin Oakes, and Colton Safford. And then on staff, you've got Justin Glidewell and Jerry Phillips. For Shut Up They're Trying, good luck to all of you in Division 5 X-Ball. And last but not least, we've got, look at that. We got a special guest coming on in here. I guess your game finished quick, Colt?
Yeah, I got done early.
Alrighty.
What do I need to log into? Don't you do this on something else?
No, I just do this on Discord. So yeah, we're live right now. We're just kind of going through the different divisions.
Give me like 2 seconds and I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. All right, y'all. So continuing with Division 5 X-Ball, we've got the Bomb City Ballers from Bomb City. A lot of these players are from Amarillo. Of course, you got the Texas Bomb right there. So we've got Bradley Ballard, Skylar Bach, Nathaniel Gaddy, Jaden Lawrence Carter, Hunter Lewis, Logan Reynolds, Isaiah Thompson, and Reagan Tongate. And then on staff here, you got Jessica Ballard, Elida Bonilla, Lacey Cruz, Jimmy Hazard, Sydney Reynolds, and Jansen Timmons competing for the Bomb City Ballers in Division 5 X-Ball. So good luck to all three of our Texas teams competing in D5X in Vegas. So Colt, what we're doing here, I'm just kind of going through all of the teams, all of the Texas teams and all of the divisions. We have 35 Texas teams competing in Vegas.
Attaboy.
And
good showing for us.
Oh yeah. So, and if history shows, that's going to mean a lot of medals coming home for Texas.
Let's hope so.
Oh yeah. So this next division is Division 4 X-Ball, which we have a ton of teams. First up, we've got the Dragoons from San Antonio. I know they've been working pretty hard. I know you were working with both us and them on Saturday and Sunday, just kind of giving us pointers on the field. So
that is correct. Yep, hometown team, X Factor Paintball Park.
Yes, sir. So we've got Anthony Bosmans, Garrett Gamboa, Nick Gomez, Michael Gomez, Luis Hernandez, Jacob Johnson, Brandon Moreno, Braylon Moreno, and Travis Thompson competing for the Dragoons. Next, we have TKO, which this is the Houston TKO, not the purple team from Dallas, which they play at a Megaton Wasteland in Splendora. So they've got Ben Augusto, William Corrigan, Tanner Hines, Jason Ivey, Kyle Johnson, Josh Kroon, Pate Smith, and David Suggs. And
nice. Pate's playing.
Oh, yeah. Yep. And
that's the one that sponsors the that you thought was the other guy that sponsors the move the event for the Pro Division. Pate Smith. Yeah. That's the dude.
Yep. And then on staff, they've got Barry Ewell. So also in Division 4, we've got, let's see who's up next. Houston Notorious, which is formerly the Texas Cyclones divisional team. They merged with Notorious during the offseason. So we've got Carlos Cartagena, Jace Husky, Cole Newman, Eric Owadi, Cameron Stiles, and Jacob Thompson competing. And then on staff, you've got Niles Burgess, Joel Kurtz, and Tammy Newman. So that's Houston Notorious out of I believe they play out of Texas Legends. Up next, let me find the next team. Here we go. DMTB, which stands for Dirty Mike and the Boys. Out of Dallas, Texas, you've got Jackson Womble, who you coached last season on Elite.
Yep.
Jimmy Burden, Matthew Jenkin, Alec Pisoni, I believe he was also on Elite. Brandon Powell, Randy Rawls, Shane Scarborough. Ooh, Shane's going to be on that team. Joe Solomon and Zach Wilkes. And then on staff, you've got Hudson Kurth, Stacy Pauly, and Mikhail Staley. For DMTB, Dirty Mike and the Boys in Division 4 X-Ball. Next, we've got, looks like Houston Zone, of course, out of Houston, Texas. You got Dylan Hayert, Edward Horbelt, Travis Nance, Julian Suarez, Matt Toulin, Nick Villegas, and Brandon Zimmerly. And then on staff, you got James Godfrey, John Kennemer, and Colton McCoon. From Houston Zone. Let's see. Next one, we've got like 2 or 3 more teams. The Reapers from El Paso, Texas. They made their appearance at Bunkerfest. I think last year was their first year as a team. So we've got, and Sasha's in the chat. He's shouting his love for the Dragoons.
So Sasha.
Oh yeah. Sasha says he would also love to see the Dragoons win. Well, this should be a good year for the Dragoons. They've definitely been working hard the last couple of years. I would expect them to go pretty deep in D4 this year. So let's see. For the El Paso Reapers, you've got Herberto Beza, Austin Bean, Ivan Consolo, Julian Falcon, Andres Garcia, Thomas Niels, Richie Olivas, Omar Rune Torres, Michael Smith, Victor Velasquez, and Matthew Willits. From El Paso, let's see, we've got like 2 or 3 more Texas teams in Division 4 X-Ball. Make sure I'm not forgetting anybody here. I wrote them all down beforehand. Reapers. Oh, and then the last one is, of course, our boys, the Texas Titans, who were D5 all last year. They all made the bump, and we got a few new pickups. So we've got Brandon Gallegos, Isaiah Carnes, Kendrick Lofton, Brandon Lyons, Ruben Maldonado, Jerry Pascal, Damon Rippey, and Jason Saldana. And then on staff, we've got Josh De Leon, myself, and Dylan Strickland. And we're coming out of San Antonio, Texas. I think that at least speaking for the boys in San Antonio, I know that we've been working hard this offseason. Colt's been helping us out a lot with his Kumite classes, so I think we're going to do well. What do you think?
Who's new? Just Jason?
No, Jay kind of joined us midway through the season. The new players are Brandon Gallegos and Brandon Lyons.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Brandon Lyons, last year he played for Colorado Blitz divisional team. And then I'm not sure where Brandon Gallegos came from. This might be his first year playing.
Looks like a pretty strong squad.
Oh, yeah. They've been working hard. Looks like Uno's Jerky is in here. JC, what's up, homie?
What's up, Christian? What's up, Colt? How you doing?
Hey, JC. Good. How are you?
Doing well. Sorry for running late. The jerky was taking a little bit too long to get out of the oven, and I looked at the time and ran over to my desk.
You've got plenty of time. So what we're doing right now is we're going through all of the teams, all of the Texas teams that are competing in Vegas, kind of going through all of their rosters and wishing them good luck. And then if anybody wants to hop on, they can hop on through the Discord and just give us a quick chat about, their team, whatever they want to say.
Nice.
Pretty low key. I know, pretty quick turnaround from last week to this week. So yeah. And then of course we'll get to the pro bracket predictions, which Colts, I think I think you're going to think JC's out of his mind on this one.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Oh, interesting. I didn't even do my predictions. I should have.
Oh, I just posted them today, so you should do them.
Okay.
I am definitely going to ruffle some feathers.
Oh, yeah. Okay, So up next in Division 3 X-Ball, there's quite a few teams as well, which is brought to us by Mariachi Aguilas de Oro. Or sorry, no, that one. This one is actually brought to us by you, Colt Paintball Kumite.
All right.
All right.
I got some of my teams in here too. Some of my boys.
So first off, we've got Austin Notorious D3 from Austin, Texas. We've got Alex Carrion, Eric Contreras, Aaron Hitchcock, Tyler Kidd, Chris Munoz, Brian Sylvia, Brandon Summers, and Connor Varley. And then on staff, you've got Mark Franz Sr., Grant Piani, and Jared Sherman. That team should do pretty well. I know they had a lot of success at the start of last year. They had to figure it out the rest of the season, but they're looking pretty good. We scrimmaged them all weekend. Definitely looking solid. And up next, we've got Outlaw Anodizing D3 from Houston, Texas. Looks like they did a bit of a merger with Pro Edge Paintball, a couple of those players. So you've got David Harden, Ramsey Cater, Haley Leva is playing with them divisionally because the WNXL players are also allowed to play on a divisional team.
What are they ranked?
D4, I believe.
Okay.
So Tyler Nunn on here, Scott Perkins, Javier Rodriguez, Kenny Stewart, Jeremy Sturm, Tom Van Ornum, and Luke Webb. And then on staff, you got Tyler Middleton, Philip Middleton, and Cedric Rios. Cedric Rios, former. Yes.
I haven't seen him play in a minute, man. I'm glad he's back.
Yeah, and then Cedric Rios is actually a former Seattle Thunder player, and I believe he lives in Dallas now. So pretty cool that he has joined their program. Hopefully can give them some experience from the coaching role. Up next, we got Jackpot, another team out of San Antonio. They ended up winning the series in the NXL last year, won World Cup. You've got Lawson Benedict, Matthew Blanco, Matthew Guzman, Joseph Lanzetta, Jonathan Trevino, Ernesto Vasquez, and Ryan Wynn. Interestingly enough, I don't see Cameron Blanco on this roster. I don't know if that's he just hasn't been added yet or if he's not going, but that's a big loss for Jackpot if that's true. And then on staff, you got Heather Lee and Jeremy Zimmerman. So definitely a well-supported team there. I'm very curious to see if Cameron is going to be making an appearance or not. If you're listening, anybody from Jackpot, please chime in.
Are you able to look at his APPA and see if he's registered on any other team, maybe?
Cameron Blanco?
Yeah.
I don't have it in front of me, but I could probably pull it up in a little bit. I know that he's not on any youth teams. So at this point, I'm assuming he's just not going, or they just haven't signed him up yet. All right, so
I sent the text out to Matt. I just asked him directly.
Okay, cool. We'll find that out in a little bit. Up next, we got TKO Texas Knockout, the Purple Boys from Waxahachie. They won the series in USXBL D4 last year, so they're coming in strong, coming off of some pretty big momentum. You got Alexander Augusto, Jace Boyd, Mark Brown, brother of Michael Brown on the Hurricanes, Jalen Paredes, JC from Dallas Vibe, Matthew Pelto, Malik Sawala.
Oh, wow. Pelto's back, huh?
Oh, yeah.
That's wild.
Omar Simmons, Jell Stewart's actually picking up the gun again.
Oh man.
Peter Stokes and Bragan Wooldridge. So a lot of big names from Texas, as well as JC from Dallas Vibe. And then on staff, you got Paula Allen, Michael Brown, Cliff Dyer, Katie Heap, Colt Lukow, and Brittany Vang. That's TKO Texas Knockout making their appearance in D3. I know last year they played D4 5-man, and I believe they won the series, so we'll see how they make the transition to X-Ball.
Nice.
Yep. And then the next team up, we've got the Swag Jackers out of Dallas. We've got David Bible, Parker Bromlett, who former Elite player. I'm assuming he's still going to be playing Elite locally. Aaron Bryant, Jacob Colombo, Matthew Griffith, Andres Hancock, Jake Kennedy, Gabian Mundo, and Nick Myers, also from Elite. And then on staff, you got Jennifer Gonzalez, Amber Kelly, and Zach O'Farrell Huber. That is the Swag Jackers from up north. Next, we've got Tribe from Dallas, Texas, in their second year in Division 3. Jared Bourgeois, I don't know. Chaden Hoffpair, Daniel McGibbony, Brendan Oglesby, Zach Sears, and Colin Stewart for Tribe. So they're actually running a pretty light line, only 6 players. And then, of course, our team, the Texas Titans. So we've got Ryan Connors, Alex Crow, Josh DeLeon, Thomas Fust, Leo Lamas, Lane Myers, myself, and Dylan Strickland. Coming out of San Antonio. So yeah, that's all of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Division 3 teams from Texas that are competing.
You'll probably
in
play
Vegas.
6 of them. Usually how NXL works.
Yeah, I know. We lucked out. We didn't get any Texas teams in our bracket, but I know that Swag Jackers and TKO are together.
Oh wow,
that's wild. I remember when I was playing divisional, every time we would play in Texas, we'd play Texas teams.
Well, I mean, in Division 3, there's 51 teams, so we're pretty spread out. All right, so that's Division 3 X-Ball. Let me check the chat here real quick. Let's see. Saus is here saying, would love to see the Dragoons win. Shout out to the notorious Papa Sosh. Never met the man, but he seems like a damn good guy. Definitely. Let's see. Brandon Ortega, Bem Raps. Gotta get some jerky soon, he says. So JC got to be delivering.
Oh man, I'm slacking right now with this whole focus on Vegas.
Oh yeah,
I've been definitely slacking a little bit.
So JC, before we continue, I'm curious, who's going to be the next Texas flavor on your jerky? Who's going to be the next Texas team that gets a flavor?
Currently right now, I don't have like a next team that's going to take it. But I am working closely with Just Us out of Canada.
Canada?
Yep.
Better be Canadian bacon.
Oof.
They don't
We're
know
working
nothing
on like a
about
sweet
jerky.
flavor. We're working on a sweet flavor for them, and
Maple syrup flavor.
Austin Oni's supposed to get one too.
Oni, okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to get into outlaw paintball field right now. So
Okay. All right. So who all has flavors right now? It's Balls Out, Titans, and Demolition, right?
and demolition, yeah.
Okay.
And LAX officially, but they're having their own thing for their field only. Like I won't be selling it at events. LAX will
Okay.
have their own flavor at the field only.
Cool. Very cool. All right.
Yeah,
So
he just ordered more jerky, so I gotta make that
ooh,
too.
nice. Nice. Are you JC, are you gonna be at Vegas, right?
Yeah, I am. I just counted the bags up. I'm taking 1,037 bags
Nice.
to Vegas.
And how many you took? You took like just half that to World Cup, right?
I took almost 660 bags to World Cup,
And you sold out
but I
like
sold
Saturday,
out.
right?
Yeah, Saturday. Yeah.
All right, you hear
So
that,
I
Colt?
need.
You got to get your jerky early. With this man, always gonna
Oh,
be going.
X Factor has a care package coming to them.
All right. That's what I
Yeah, I
like to
talked to
hear.
Jeff about it already.
I'll make sure to ask him because he'll probably pocket it.
Yeah, you got to watch out for that, Jeff.
Mhm.
All right. So in Division 2, we've just got one team. We've got the Outlaw Anodizing Warriors, which on last episode I had Corey Field on, and he's going to be coaching them.
nice.
So we've got Jeremy Brown, David Cruz, Chad Figueroa, Brian Henry, Robert McKeever, Bailey Robles, Norris Ross, Landon Stavina, Josh Taylor, and Ashton Wright. And then on staff, you've got Corey Field, Philip Middleton, Tyler Middleton, and Jody Wright. So good luck to Outlaw Anodizing Warriors. And that was brought to us by Bioworks IV, who that's Anson, who's giving out the IV hydration in Vegas. So if you feel like you're gonna be needing that, that extra little bit of energy going into Sunday, then call the number or text the number that was in the ad before the episode. Colt, you guys are getting a few of those, right?
Yeah, some of the guys do. I've got an aversion to putting liquid in my veins, so I don't do them. But yeah, a lot of the guys really enjoy doing that.
Mm-hmm. Well, especially, I mean, I'm sure your snake players are going to get plenty of work in this weekend.
Yeah, everybody's a snake player in this field.
Oh yeah. All right. So up next, we've got brought to us by Thomas's brand FU Athletics in the semi-pro division. We've got 4 teams. We've got Shut Up We're Trying from Waxahachie. Let me find the other ones. Clutch City Oilers. They were formerly Texas Cyclone semi-pro, or at least the players were. Then you've got Texas Demolition and Outlaw Anodizing Factory. So on Shut Up We're Trying, we've got Brandon Allison, Colin Chapman, Tate Estrada, Justin Glidewell, Travis Green, Ryan Hilscher, and Jerry Phillips. And on staff, you got Heather Childs, Clifford Dyer, Paul Mart, Tyler Miles, Chris Odom, Zach Rosen, and Christopher Tucker. And that's Shut Up We're Trying out of Waxahachie. On the Clutch City Oilers, former Cyclones players, you got Christopher Boyd, Lance DeJesus, Galen Freeman, Christopher Garcia, Jordan Luengas, Luke Missoni, Jake Raffield, Andre Saldana, and Josh Safier. And then on staff, you got Neil Etizzoni, Charles Jackson, and AJ Molinari. And then up next, we've got Texas Demolition from the Valley. You've got Victor Ibarca, Ian Galvan, Mario Guerra, Brandon Linaldi, who actually wasn't on the roster yesterday, I don't think so. Maybe he's coming after all. That would be huge. Taylor Munoz, Patrick Grayborn, and Aaron Sines. So yeah, that
Pat's playing with them?
Yeah, Pat's made the move up to semi-pro. He's playing with Demolition.
Interesting.
And then,
yeah, Brandon was up in the air up until recently, I guess.
Yeah, I heard as recently as Saturday that Brandon wasn't going to be able to go. So I guess something.
Yeah.
I guess something changed.
Same as I did. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, having Brandon and Ian is going to be huge for that team. A lot of experience there. And then on staff, you got Brianna Abarca, Alexandra Alvarez, Moises Galvan, and Yvette Martinez. So our last semi-pro team is Outlaw Anodizing Factory. You've got Luke Breedlove, David Duro, who is from the French team. Which French team was he in last year? He was on. He used to be on the Tauntauns.
Carnage, I think, is another French team.
Yeah, it looks like he was
Camp
on
Carnage.
Scalp last year.
Oh, okay. I don't think they're French, are they?
Scalp, yeah, they are. They were playing in semi-pro though,
Mm.
and they were running the table. It looks like, and then Duran Martinez, Justin Moody, Ryland Robertson, Sebastian Viescas, Kaito Warner, and Tyson Williams. So yeah, they got Kaito coming over, former Seattle Thunder player. And then on staff, you got Philip Middleton, Tyler Middleton, and Maxwell Porcher. So good luck to all 4 of the Texas semi-pro teams. I know that division seems wide open now that Fit and Blast Camp and Notorious finally are out of there, and they don't have their struggle, that strong grasp on the division anymore. Let's see, I'm getting messages right now. So, Sasha needs the link. Let me invite you real quick, Sasha. So Colts, in the meantime, so you've got, I know you guys practiced, you practiced Revo and New York Extreme. How are they looking? How do you feel about the team going into this one?
I mean, we feel really good. We got a couple new people on the squad, so it's a little adjustment period, kind of getting used to the different personalities. But I mean, all the guys have really just meshed in well and are playing well. I thought NYX, we had some really good matches against NYX. They're looking good, playing the field strong, shooting really well on break. Revo was hit or miss. I don't know. Sometimes they played really well, and other times they didn't play so well. So it'll be interesting. I think they have some work to do, but obviously they have a good breadth of characters on that team that can play. So I think they'll be okay.
For sure. I know Clint Moore, I gave him a ride back to Austin after practice on Sunday, and he was saying that they did pretty well against New York Extreme, but then they just couldn't figure it out against you guys. So it's it's looking strong for you. Oh, it looks like Sasha's in the chat now. What's up, Sasha?
Sasha.
Guys hear me?
King
Yes, sir.
Dragoon.
Dragoon no longer.
Yeah,
Bolts.
but you'll always be associated with that. That was your team.
Dragoons Emeritus, founder and emeritus. Yes,
There
I've
you go.
moved on. I'm now just a rec baller.
And
But what's that?
he's what's your new team? The wrestling whatever Strike Force. Yeah, he's
How dare you
King
forget.
Strike Force now.
Yeah.
I am a one-man team doing one-on-ones and playing rec ball against all little birthday party kids, getting
He is
destroyed in
ruining
rec
birthday
ball every
parties.
weekend.
Yeah.
At least you get to shoot all those cool guns you have.
Yes, all the ions, autocockers. Yes, all the fun stuff.
Love it. All right, so this in the of course in the WNXL we've got and this one's brought to us by 71 Designs. We've got the World Cup champions Dallas Vibe making their return. On Dallas Vibe, they don't have their roster up. I know that Leslie, who she got one of their MVP awards at Cup, she is currently halfway through her pregnancy, so I don't think she'll be joining them for this one. That's a huge loss for them. But they also picked up some players from Destiny, so I think they'll be all right. And
She can still play.
Oh yeah, I'm sure she could, but she's earned her rest.
Yeah, definitely.
Then before we get to the pros, brought to us by Hydra, we're going to do all of the other brackets, so all of the other kind of fun divisions. So in amateur 10v10, we've got Hydra.fit. Let me see if I can find them. The amateur.
Colt, when's the last time you played a 10v10?
Probably Cat Factory 2 years ago, maybe? I don't know. Christian would have to pull up my very extensive APPA history.
Your resume.
Yeah. It's so bad.
For sure. We'll pull that up in a little bit, maybe.
I was trying to do some stats for some teams during the off season, and when I was going through individuals, like who has played the most tournaments, who has won the most tournaments, when I was looking at the Colts of the world, the Ryan Greenspan's, the Archies of the world, the resume and the amount of tournaments that are listed on their APPA is it takes a second to download sometimes to open the web page, and it just keeps going and going, and I eventually I gave up is what I'm trying to get at, because I could not take in all that data manually. It was just so much.
Yeah. I know the NXL released that somewhat recently, like the list of like the all-time greats. And I think I remember seeing that Ryan Greenspan was number 1, but I don't remember where Colt was on that list.
I think I was in the top 25, but I don't remember. Looks like
I
last
think
10 men. Go ahead.
definitely like a close second to Ryan Greenspan, no contest. I mean, Ryan's great, but come on.
That's right. Looks like ICPL 2020 with Adrenaline was the last time I played 10 man.
Nice.
All right, so in the intermediate 3-man, we've got Outlaw Anodizing Green from Houston. You've got Steven Janke, Braylon DeGrave, Nick Flores, Tyler Middleton, and Miles Moscariello. And then in the novice division, we've got Countdown City from San Antonio. You've got Alex Amos, Ryan Berry, Michael Leon Guerrero, Jimmy Roman, and Kelson Walker. And I don't think I missed anybody else. Might be one more like Division 3 something.
In the novice 3-man, TTK is it's gonna be Jared, my son Jared, Dane, and they just told me who the third person was. I just didn't get the name. I believe it was Michael.
I think Dylan just that's right. Okay, so yeah, TTK, you've got Jared. Is this Jared's first tournament officially, or?
Yeah, it's his first tournament officially. It's gonna be the Las Vegas Major.
I love it. So you got Jared, you got Dane, and then you got some other third person.
Yeah, I don't remember the name off the top of my head. I think it was Michael, I believe.
Okay.
So
Cool.
that's gonna be fun for them for sure.
All right. Yeah, so good luck to everybody playing those divisions. And so now we're getting to the pro teams heading to the Las Vegas Open, or the Las Vegas Major, I should say. And we'll get to
we missed PDK also.
PDK.
Yeah, PDK. That's got Angel Navarro, which is Plugs, Alfredo Trevino, Freddie, and Abraham Trevino. So they'll be playing the 3-man also.
All right, good luck to PDK. And they're from the Valley as well.
Yeah, they're from the Valley. Yep.
All right, so now we get to the pro division. And Sasha, if you're listening, I don't know if you have your predictions ready, but you should go ahead and get them ready on how you think each bracket's going to finish out.
Oh, right.
All right, so.
Oh, man, I'm going to ruffle a lot of feathers.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. So now we've got 25% of the pro division is from Texas. I know Cole.
You know what, JC? I'm gonna see if I can out ruffle you. How about that?
Let's do it. I don't know if it's possible.
Some of those brackets are wild, but Colt, I know you put an asterisk on one of these Texas teams, but
yeah, there's definitely there's a big asterisk on one of those teams.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, is there some inside information I need to do before I release this?
No, you just need to look at where the players are from, and then you'll know.
Right. Oh, gotcha.
All right, so first let's start with AC Diesel. You've got Mark Baginski, Alex Goldman, BJ Henningberg, Mark Johnson, Clint Johnson, Cody Mikowski, Renee Rodriguez, Kyle Spica, and Jesse Stevens. So yeah, a couple of old teammates of yours on there, and new pickup Cody Mikowski, new pickup Renee Rodriguez. That'll be very, very exciting to see. I'm excited to see Renee's not his pro debut because he played with Notorious at World Cup, but yeah, looking forward to see how he does on that roster, full time on an American team. And then of course AC Diesel also has the new coach, Coach Ryan Gray. That'll be exciting to see kind of how they do under his system. Well, do you have any thoughts on that marriage there? Or?
I mean, I played for Ryan for a long time. He kind of gave me my first break into the national circuit on Texas Storm. Yeah, I'm very fond of Ryan. Known him for many years, and he's definitely not an idiot. He knows what he's doing. He's a lot of experience doing this, running a team, captaining a team, playing on a team. So he's kind of done it all, and he's just a smart man. So I think he'll do well. And they lost some of the alpha males on the team, but we'll see how the personalities mesh. I think that if he can control them, they'll be good.
Sure. All right, up next we got Austin Notorious. A couple of new pickups, couple of changes. So you've got Archie Barnes, Ty Bateman, Hayden Burgess, Zach Carter. Welcome back to Texas, Zach. Logan Dyer, Marky Franz, Michael Johnson, Marciej Pasternak, Matt Rao, and Jared Sherman. So quite a few new pieces on this. A couple of names that I'm not seeing on here are I don't see British. I don't see Paul Hubert. Of course, Renee's on Diesel now. I think there's maybe one more name. Of course, Harris Hussein isn't here anymore.
Michael Kovar.
Michael Kovar, yeah.
That's probably the biggest loss for them.
Yeah, so a lot of change, and then of course the coaching staff as well. Losing Ryan Gray, but then picking up Grant Piani as their new head coach. And then on staff, you got Niles, Clifford Dyer, Mark Franz, Jim Hickerson, Travis Patton, Grant Piani, and of course, putting Diego on the roster as always. So yeah, there's Austin Notorious, and then Houston Heat. There's your asterisk right there, JC. You got Chad Boucher, Ronnie Dizon, Konstantin Fedorov, Chad George, Tyler Harmon, Connor Kelly, Mishka Knyazyev, Sam Monville, and then Ryan Moorhead. Of course, Ryan Smith taking over coaching duties there for Todd Martinez. Colt, thoughts on the coaching change there? I know Ryan Smith was their coach for a long time, and they were very successful under him.
Yeah, I mean, you got a full squad of veteran players that know what they're doing. They've played together a long time. They don't really need anybody. It's not going to make any difference, I don't think. Ryan Smith's very familiar with all those guys. He's played with them. He knows their capabilities, and he's a smart guy too. So I don't think you're going to notice any difference losing Todd there.
For sure. All right, and then up next, we've got the newest team in the pro bracket, Paintball Fit. Got Caleb Baisley, Jonathan Chavez, Cyrus Geringer, Jacob Johnson, Brody Lukow, Colt Lukow, Johnny Lukow, Trenton Mason, and Scott Stewart. And then on staff, you got Alonzo Braley, Casey Harris, JD and Sarah Lukow, and Brian Wolf. Verbal. So I love the picture verbal. This is great. Colt, I know you guys scrimmaged them a couple of times during the offseason. How do you think Fit's going to do?
Did we? I don't think we did.
I think you did at least. Well,
they went up one time in Dallas
yeah.
and messed around. I didn't go. I don't know. I've always felt like Blast Camp's style of play is going to translate better into the pro division, but
at the same time, they ran the table, right?
They did run the table, but I mean, it's a different world in semi-pro. It's just different. That's all I can tell you.
I would say that these guys are the most dominant team in semi-pro coming in a very long time. So I don't know. I think they're going to do well, especially with their bracket that they pulled. So we'll see. Then, of course,
the Chavez kid's really good. I know that. I've always watched him. He's a good player.
All right. And then last but not least, we've got Coltimus's team himself, San Antonio X Factor. I would love to hear a little bit about how the new guys are doing. So you got Cody Bayless, Billy Bernaccia, TJ Danner, Axel Godin, Ryan Hoskinson, Matt Jackson, Alex Martinez, Meter Ninos, yourself, Colt, and Tim Stetzel. And of course, on staff, you got Ryan Brand, Jeff Wechter, and Dixon Yang. So, Colt, how do you feel like the boys are going to have been doing these past couple of weeks? And what are you expecting out of this?
I mean, I've played against Fuzzy for many, many years, and he's just a fantastic player. Him coming on the team felt like I've played with him my entire career, so he just was a natural fit that worked right in. Tim Stetzel, really, I knew who he was, but I never had really seen him play. So I had no clue what to expect when he was going to come out and get some looks with us. But, man, he's such a good player. He's very athletic, fast, smart, great attitude. I really like the kid. I think he's a great pickup. Axel obviously is just the French killer, the French assassin. He's always been good. He's a threat in any position on the field. Fast, extremely athletic, agile. So obviously another great pickup. And then Ryan Hoskinson. He's a guy that ran the Killers previously in semi-pro. I think of all of our pickups, he's the most green. This is his kind of first pro debut, so he's got the biggest hill to climb, if you will, with just kind of getting the flow and understanding of how a pro team works, how it is playing in the pro division and whatnot. But I think he's adapting really well. Fantastic attitude. He's willing to learn. He's always listening, and I think he's got a lot of natural ability. So I'm super happy with the squad this year. I think we have the most talent we've ever had, and we'll see. We got a hard division, so we need to come out and prove it.
Yeah, definitely going to be a challenge. But Ryan also playing all last year in Europe in the pro division there. So definitely not like you're picking up some semi-pro kid. He's got a little bit more experience, but I'm very excited to see Hosky play, especially with all these snakes on the field. I feel like we could see some very creative packages from you guys this event.
Definitely, yeah. We've got a lot of dynamic players on the team.
Yeah, I'm just imagining if you put Billy, Axel, Hosky, Stetzel, and Meter all on the field at the same time. They're just they could go everywhere.
I watched Ryan play for the first time last year when Austin Notorious scrimmaged X Factor, and he was one of those. I was like, man, he's a little bit different than Austin Notorious. I think he was at another level than them.
Oh, he was. He was definitely the standout for sure. The only one ever shooting people, really.
I spoke to Ryan afterwards. I was like, man, he's good. And that's when Alex, he's like, yeah, he's pretty good, man. We gotta keep an eye on this kid. And I guess, when I heard the news, I was like, there's no chance, this is not for real. Because I was blown away. I was expecting it, but then I wasn't expecting it, and I'm glad it happened. I'm excited to see what he could do as well as Axel.
Definitely. All right, so this next one, Sasha, I hope you're ready. Colt, I hope you're ready. So this next one brought to us by Compete. We're going to go over our bracket predictions. So let me switch the scene.
Well, let's do JC's first, since that's the most wild one, because I got to run here shortly.
Got it.
So let's see what JC's got.
All right.
All righty.
Let me share my screen here for you, boys.
Sasha, if you're still there, I want to hear your brackets here in a second.
Let me know when
I'm ready.
it's live. Christian.
All right. Give me one more.
I'm not gonna put up my camera because I like I said, I ran out of time and I couldn't make it.
You couldn't brush your hair?
Yeah, exactly.
Couldn't put your
my
makeup
face
on?
is still dirty with soy sauce and everything, man. I know I got it on my nose. I can smell it. Man,
All right.
I haven't even packed, and I leave at 5 a.m.
All right. Look at the fancy PowerPoint slide and everything. This man's ready to go.
Sir. And the background's moving. That's my favorite part about
Look at that, man.
It's like I know what I'm doing.
Somebody went to their Microsoft Office class.
Oh, man. So that means it's live, huh?
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
All
it's live.
Yeah, hit us with it.
All right, guys. So in Group A, I got X Factor taking the first place.
Atta baby.
Getting out it. What's that?
I said, atta baby. Good choice.
I think pulling the bracket that y'all got, I think you'll be okay. But in the close second, I actually got Diesel. I think that they somehow figure it out in this layout. Especially after watching some of their videos. I think they're starting to look a little bit sharper than they did last year. And then I was listening to Matty Marshall, and he said a few things that kind of made me swing this decision, and I put Dynasty in third. I still think they make it to Sunday, but I think they just squeak by and get in. After that, I got the Russians and Blast Camp finishing off that bracket. So
man, that's a shitty bracket, dude. That's the worst bracket I've ever seen in my entire life, to be honest.
It's gonna work out, man. It's gonna work out.
Oh, I'm excited for it. I mean, you're definitely coming battle tested when you have a bracket like that. Like whoever makes it out of that has already played Sunday, top 4 teams.
It's definitely a hard bracket. I called it the bracket of death when it first came out. So
oh yeah, for sure. Like if you look down the tiers of who you could draw, like we got the worst team in every tier, the hardest team for sure.
And then in Group B, I put Damage first. I just can't deny how good they've been the last 2 seasons. Followed by the Canes, actually, in this one.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
The second and third place spot was really hard for me, but I feel like the Canes did not play well at the World Cup, and I feel like they have a chip on their shoulder that they're better than that, and they know it. So I believe that they're going to come out swinging this tournament. Beating out Infamous, I do think Infamous makes it into Sunday, but I don't think they get a better ranking than the Canes. Followed by Notorious and the Iron Man, actually.
Interesting.
Yes, it's
Okay.
just because the Iron Man, I didn't know where to place them. They're brand new, they're rebuilding. I was kind of lost with that. So I didn't know anywhere else to put them. So I guess you can flip also Notorious maybe, but I don't know. I don't want to be that negative towards the Texas team. It is a little biased, but I also don't really know where the Ironmen stand. Group C, I still have Houston Heat winning it, even though they got a new coach. But you just gave me some inside info that might have changed this a little bit, but I'm gonna leave it the way it is. Followed by Revo.
Oh, okay.
Paintball fit in third. I don't
Okay.
think they make it into Sunday, but I think they do a little better than Uprising and the Kings. So I can't deny the dominance that they had last year, and I feel like they might be a little better than we expect coming into it. They also play with a big chip on their shoulder, so that could go a long way for them, and they're a little bit scrappy sometimes. So look for them to make some plays to beat out some of these other teams. Group D, I got NYX winning it, followed by Chicago Aftershock. I want to see it happen. I'm gonna manifest it. I've been saying it since they announced that they're coming back. The team that they have won Las Vegas 2020. It's like written in some universe, so I'm hoping that this happens. But this is where it gets a little spicy. Impact in third, Aftermath fourth, and Brooklyn Bears in fifth for that bracket. So those are my predictions. I think I'm gonna ruffle some feathers with them, but it is what it is. I'm gonna do it. I believe in it, and I think it'll happen.
Yeah, those aren't that crazy. I think that the Hurricanes one is really a coin flip for me. While I think that they're such a really, really good team, the way the field is makes me wonder how they're going to perform on it, because this is a very aggressive, fast, dynamic field that rewards attacking. And besides Nick Ripple, they're not so much known for attacking. Maybe up the center. They do have a guy that plays up the center well, but the center on this field hasn't proven to be strong yet. Someone will figure it out, but I'm a little surprised you put them that high up. I don't think I'd have put them there. And then Impact behind Aftershock, I think is just absolutely not going to happen.
You think it's a reach?
I think it's a reach. First event. I mean, we practiced them. Granted, it was like kind of a tryout weekend, but it did not go well for them.
I would expect for it not to go well for them. But I'm a gambling man. We're in Vegas.
There you
They
go.
won the Las Vegas. There's got to be some sort of upset in here somewhere. I'm banking on it, so I figured
Yeah,
let's do it on this bracket. You know
it's
what I
not out of
mean?
the realm of possibilities. They definitely have a squad of players that know how to play. They've won. They've played at the top level, and they definitely could do well. I'm just not too sure on it.
Yeah, it's a gamble.
Oh yeah. All right, Colt, do you have your predictions, or you want to go over mine first?
I can do mine real quick. Let's see where I can find the brackets. Is there an easy way for me to find the brackets? Can you pull
Just
them
on
up?
PB Leagues, but
Okay, let me go there real quick. PB Leagues. Events. Let's do this real fast here. 2024 Las Vegas.
But bracket A with San Antonio X Factor winning is it's like a done deal, right?
Done
oh
deal,
yeah,
bro.
Okay, just making sure I got that
always.
one right.
Brackets. Okay, so bracket A. Yeah, I mean, I got to bet on the home team. I got to go for myself, so I'm going to say X Factor first. I'm going to go Dynasty second.
Ooh.
Red Legion third. Diesel 4. Blast Camp 5. I think it's a coin flip, though, really. I mean, that's just throwing something at the wall and hoping something sticks. I mean, you can make a case for any of the top 4 teams on there to win the bracket, no doubt. And Blast Camp can flat out play. We've practiced them several times. They're no slouch. I think that a lot of the reason they lost to Paintball Fit over and over again wasn't due to lack of talent or lack of the ability to compete with them. I think that they just got a monkey on their back they couldn't get off, and they let the moment get too big for them. I think it was a mental thing more than anything. I think once they get that off their back, I think that they will beat Fit consistently. I feel like that their style of play translates better into the pro division. That's just my opinion, and we will see. Bracket B, I'm gonna go Damage, winning that one for sure. I'm gonna take Infamous 2, Ironman 3, Hurricanes 4, Notorious 5.
Ooh.
Notorious lost Michael Kovar, which is a huge loss for them. They lost their coach in Ryan Gray. They have a new guy that I'm not familiar with coaching them. I don't know his history. I don't know who he is. So I think that's really going to hurt them. I think the fact that the Hurricanes don't have a lot of fast, dynamic, attacking players on their team is going to hurt them on this particular field. Otherwise, they would be a second-place team out of that bracket for me. But just with the field, I'm going to go ahead and put them down a notch on that. Bracket C, I'm going to go Houston Heat, ML Kings, Revo, Fit, Uprising. I think Revo struggled a little bit against us this weekend. They struggled against NYX. I think they're going to have to really go to the drawing board and figure out what they're doing. But I also know that they have a good squad of players and that they're going to be able to do that. So I think that they'll come in the 3rd spot. Heat is just a no-brainer for me in that bracket to win it. I think the ML Kings have some young, aggressive players on their team, and they'll have an ability to attack on this field, and they might surprise some people. And finally, in the last bracket, I'm going to go NYX. They played us well this weekend. They've hit a good stride. Last season was fantastic for them. I refuse to believe it was a consistent thing, but they proved me wrong. They are playing great. There's no denying that. I'm going to go Impact 2 out of that bracket. I'm going to go Shock 3, Aftermath 4, Bears 5. I think Aftershock is going to have some growing pains. They've got a new squad. They're just trying to throw stuff together. I say new squad. Obviously, they played together before, but it's a new system. It's a new team. These guys have all been elsewhere, and they're just kind of throwing it back together. They didn't look particularly good in the practice against us, so that concerns me a little bit. Maybe they work the kinks out. Aftermath, I don't really know what they're doing this year, but the Bears have been struggling, so I just got to put them last.
All right.
That's it for me.
And I think the spiciest one from you, Colt, is having ML King 2nd in that bracket. That one kind of surprises me a little bit. And then the Hurricanes 4th in Group B.
It's just solely field dependent. On both of those predictions, it's only because of the field. I would say the Hurricanes are overall a better team than the Kings. I just don't know personnel-wise. I mean, Nick Ripple's going to have to play out of his mind. He's their most aggressive, fast player on that team, and like this field just rewards tape presence and deep tape presence. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
And ML Kings, I think, just they have some dynamic players that are able to do the jobs that need to be done on this field. I mean, you've got a young squad of guys that aren't afraid to attack. That Donaldson kid's fast, quick, gets up in there. Elias, same thing. Kyle Berry, these guys, they're going to attack. I think that they'll be good.
All right. I like it. So here for my brackets, I'm definitely much. I think most of my picks are kind of similar to y'all's, maybe a difference here or there. But for me, I've got in bracket A, I've got X Factor, then Dynasty, then Diesel, then the Russians, then Blast Camp. I think X Factor, just especially with y'all's pickups and having 3 snakes on the field. Well, when you've got 4 snake players that can all get it done, having 3 snakes on the field is definitely helpful. Dynasty 2nd, I know that a lot of their players are having kids throughout the year. Like I know Blake Yarber's not going to be at the event. And then just kind of throughout the year, their other players are going to have kids being born. So, potentially some distraction there, I would say. And then Diesel, I mean, they've got a new system. We'll see how quickly they can get it done. I think in this bracket, it's going to be very tough to figure it out at the first event with the new system. And then the Russians, Yeah, they're much more of like a question mark for me. I know they just got J-Rab, and towards the end of last season they started turning it on. But I mean, this is a very tough bracket. And then Blast Camp, I mean, welcome to the Pro League. That's all I can say there. Group B, I've got the Hurricanes winning their bracket. They had damages number for the last 2 years.
I was gonna ruffle feathers.
Yeah, I think the Hurricanes had damages number all last year, and if it wasn't for their disastrous World Cup, they would have been the tier 2 team. And then damage second, I've got the Ironmen third. I think that team is gonna, they've definitely upgraded pretty much everywhere on that roster. So yeah, I think they're gonna do pretty decently. I've got Infamous in fourth. And then Notorious fifth. Infamous, I don't know all that much. I don't know how losing Thomas Taylor, I know he wasn't exactly like an every point guy, but losing someone who's like been at the core for the better part of 20 years, like it's been, I don't know how that's going to affect him. And then Notorious obviously has a lot of moving pieces right now. So I think a field like this is going to be tough. Group C, I've got Heat in first. I've got Fit going second in this. Wow. And then Revo, then Uprising, and then the ML Kings. ML Kings, big question mark for me with Harris Hussein coming in. I don't know how much he's going to disrupt their system. I know he's a big like financer of teams that he's played for. So how much of like playing time he's going to demand and all of that could be good, could be disastrous. I don't know. Fit looks like the most consistent team as far as like roster moves wise. They're not going through a rebuild like Revo is or like the ML Kings are. Uprising, obviously they played a lot of very close matches last year. But I think overall their level of talent is underneath Revo. So that's why I put Uprising fourth, Revo third. So yeah, Heat, Fit top two in that bracket. And then bracket D, it was the same as Colts. So I've got NYX winning the bracket, got Impact, then Aftershock, then Aftermath, and the Bears. Just NYX definitely looked pretty good this past weekend. So that influenced my decision. And then Impact losing Fuzzy, losing Axel. And then I think they only gained Mike Urena, right? They didn't pick up anybody else besides him?
Let me look at their roster real quick. That's all that I'm aware of off the top of my head, yeah. Let's see, Impact's roster: Brandon Cornell, Justin Cornell, Darula, Laval, Tyler Panilio.
He was there last year.
I think he was on there last year, but he didn't play much. Mike Urena, Rob Velez.
Oh, they grabbed him from
Revo,
right?
Yeah. So, Velez is a gritty snake player. Zoop is a snake player. Dalton can play snake, more of a traditional Dorito player, but he's athletic. Urena's a snake player. I mean, they've got and Justin Cornell can play snake for sure. So I think it does hurt them losing Axel and Fuzzy, but I still think that they have a solid lineup.
Yeah, they'll be good. It's just who's gonna win the head to head between Impact and NYX, and based on what I saw, NYX is looking pretty good.
Agreed.
All right, so Sasha, if you're still there, I mean, we'd love to hear your picks, sir.
I'm gonna bow out. Christian, thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
Sasha, sorry to interrupt you.
Thanks for coming on, Colt.
No problem.
I'll see you in Vegas, sir. Good luck.
Yep. See you guys soon. JC, see you soon, bud.
Safe travels.
Later, boys.
Hey, well, I am not a pro player, and I'm not a super paintball nerd like you, Christian. I would spend hours like poring over all statistics and rosters, but I am a guy who's a big fan of paintball, and I watch pretty much every pro match on Go Sports over the course of the year. I don't sit there and watch them all day, but I do get in my lazy boy and I'll watch a match every couple days, which is it's a lot of fun. I'm a big fan. And I did spend all last year in the pro pits for a lot of pro teams. And I got to see a little inside look at how these teams operate, which is a lot of fun. So I'm going to comment a little bit on the pit crews and the teams I worked on. First bracket A, I'm going to go with X Factor winning. Just what everyone said. They've got incredible line of attackers on a field that obviously favors attackers. I mean, you get in those mirrored snakes and there's nothing stopping you from getting to the other side of the field unless someone comes and trades out with you. It looks like there's no corner to stop you from getting to the other side of the field. X Factor is just overwhelmingly full of small, like they've always been over the however many years it's been now, 20 years or so, small, fast guys that go and kill everybody. Diesel, I'm going to put as number 2 because I'm a big fan of Diesel. I think Ryan Gray is going to bring them the needed focus that they need to put all their minds together. It was pretty clear when I was in the pit with Diesel last year, almost every event, that there were just too many voices. It was really obvious. I mean, you'd heard people talking about it, but up close in the pit, there's just too many ideas there, too many minds, and Ryan Gray is going to bring the much needed focus. And they've got everything they need to win, especially the pit crew. They've got Gel, they've got GP with his, electronic or his refrigerated paint cooler, keeping the paint at a perfect 65 degrees. They've got everything. I will say for X Factor, actually, one thing that hits them is that they will lose their pit crew of Tom and Clayton, who are now going to go to Shock, which was some news that I broke on the Podrunners Union Instagram a couple months or about a month back. And then I'm going to really ruffle your feathers here.
Okay.
I put Dynasty as 3rd, and I think I'm going to call it now. Dynasty does not make Sunday at this event.
Ooh, baby, we got action!
Like
Woo!
That's right.
I
will not put money on it because I'm not a gambling man, even though, and I actually I cannot figure out how to, I haven't taken the time to figure out how to gamble, even if I wanted to, and I actually don't know what the legality is here in Texas. But Dynasty, if you think back to the last time they didn't make Sunday, reverse smear layout, baby.
Yeah, layout.
Reverse
On a
smear
blind layout, though. I will give you that, though, Sasha. I will
blind
rebuttal
layout,
with a blind layout. They're not having a blind layout this time.
Okay, sure, but I'm just trying to make it extra interesting. Also, because Marcelo Margot famously hates the reverse mirror, so I think it's just gonna be in his head. He's gonna be at the box. He's just gonna be thinking man, I hate this layout. This sucks, and that's gonna be, that's gonna keep him from making those breakout moves that he does always win. Then, all right, so moving on, Legion 4th and Blast Camp last. I think Blast Camp, just based on the fact that their owner come up and said unkind words to Chanel, the famous cheerleader from Texas. They will always forever be the most hated team for me. Let's see. Okay, then so moving on to, all right, also just to explain why Dynasty doesn't make Sunday, I think that X Factor Diesel and Dynasty actually have a chance of going 2-2-2 in this bracket because it's so even. And then you could have other brackets that are real and even where the 3rd place finisher actually ends up with a better margin or more. Maybe you could have a bracket where there's someone that wins three matches but doesn't make it out. So it's possible.
Okay.
All right. Damage. I'm going to be pretty boring the rest of the time here. Damage and Hurricanes in the 2nd bracket. Ironman 3rd. Infamous 4th. FSU last. I will say I didn't get spending time with Damage's pit. I was adjacent to the Hurricanes. They've got things really under control. Ironman. Actually, one of the Ironman techs deemed me, or pit crew deemed me a pod tech, not just a pod runner or pod filler at the Philadelphia NXL. So that's where I got that title. That was pretty exciting. So they've got a good pit crew. Yeah. Infamous. And Infamous, I think, doesn't really, as a fan, I don't know that Thomas Taylor really affects them, but they haven't really shown me anything in terms of consistency or even really, watch their games. They're very inconsistent. So I don't really faith in them. FSU, the 2nd year, they did have that Philly Sunday finish, and they did that without Michael Kovar, by the way, or Michael Kovar. He was not there, and they still made. They made Sunday, so I'm not so sure that it has such great impact. Harris was there, and that did help them, but then Harris ended up hurting them later on, just by being a huge distraction in the pit.
Right.
And
Harris was also an every point player for them while he was there, so we'll see.
Well, not World Cup because he got so many penalties. They sat him. And ultimately, that's pretty much, I think, the drama that he brings to that pit.
That was the demise.
What's that?
Right.
That was his demise, right?
Yeah, and then also FSU's pit. I have to be honest. If anyone from FSU Pro is out there listening, guys, get your pit crew situation under control. Random pods, they're just dirty. You've got the paint going everywhere. The guys they're filling pods for you will stop in the middle of the point to go watch the game instead of keeping the pit going. That's where you guys really could improve your chances by getting a really solid pit crew.
All right. Hey, Sasha, real quick.
Yeah.
You're getting some feedback in the chat. Ryland, after your Dynasty Now Making Sunday, he said, "Boo this man."
Okay, well, that's fine, Ryland. You can have your opinion. I got mine. All right, I'm gonna make it go a little quicker here because no one likes to hear me talking for an hour. All right, Heat. They've got the best pit crew. I worked for them once. They had like a person for every job, including someone just raking up the paint in between points. I mean, I volunteered for them once and realized that they didn't need my help, and then I came back at the Texas event because their pit crew didn't show up and help them all through that. But they've got things like super under control. Fit also amazing pit crew. I'm gonna put them at Heat first, Fit second, and I give Fit the edge over a team like Blastcamp because Fit's organization is just amazing. They've got great coaching, they've got everything they need to succeed, and they're well more prepared for the professional division than I think many semi-pro teams that come into the professional division or expansion teams. Uprising third because they sometimes, I mean, they're a really strong attacking team. But they don't make Sunday. Kings fourth, based on Harris bringing a bunch of drama and, distraction to that. And then Revo is just in chaos right now. I didn't get to watch their points, but they, it doesn't seem like they're in a really good position to do well at this event, just as a fan. Yeah, they did great at Cup, and then they lost their best players after Cup, right? They debating. I hope I'm not hurting anyone's feelings, but their strongest players went to Ironman.
Henry Sense and Stephen O'Mara, yeah.
I still don't call Ironman as making Sunday, though, just based on being a relatively new team and having a tough bracket. Not as tough as bracket A. All right, we're finishing up final bracket. Impact, just based on experience and their World Cup finish. I think they're able the ability to lock down fields. I think they're well positioned for this. Aftermath is just due to keep going. They play every weekend. They did great at Cup, and as Skinny Kevin said, their biggest mistake is to just screw up at the last second when they're about to win. Then Extreme, then Shock, and then the Bears. I think Shock is. Extreme, I don't know. It seems like they didn't seem to be doing so great at the practice on Sunday, but I didn't watch a whole lot. They're doing a lot of push-ups at the end of practice on Sunday. Shock. I don't, as a fan, like I was there for it. I'm here for Shock to make a comeback. I love it. However, I think behind the scenes, they're sort of doing a reality show thing with this team. I don't know if you watch on Instagram, but they've got like a camera out and they're like filming absolutely everything. Like Todd Martinez is complaining they're filming him at breakfast, they're filming him in the shower, they're filming him picking up the rental car. Like, what's all the filming? It's hilarious. But I think that actually does bring a factor to where they're going to be. It's a distraction, and you can't help but wonder if they're bringing like a reality show kind of thing to the team where they're going to try to generate. There's going to be drama necessarily for that, in addition to being another team. And then, but Shock does benefit because they get the two best pit crew guys in the game, Todd Boyer and Clayton, coming from X Factor. And then Bears, also another mess where it's just reshuffling deck chairs for a lower tier team. And then wild cards, I've got Fit moving up their bracket. Oh, excuse me, I had them second, so I screwed that up. I had Extreme making Sunday. Maybe I said they didn't make it earlier, and then I'm gonna say Ironman, just based on the success of the Revo guys that went there.
Dang, so
if you would have put New York Extreme fourth or fifth, I would have yelled and said, "I want whatever you're smoking." So I'm glad
I am clean living here. Well, I hope that wasn't too painful for all the fans out there. I will say, Pod Runners Union will not be at any Cup or any events this year. Or maybe the Texas one, because I remodeled.
Come to the Texas one and hang out with me at the booth.
I might come for one day, but I did so much remodeling, I have no money left, and X Factor only paid me in trail mix. So an occasion, actually Demeter gave me a jersey, that was cool. But unfortunately, that doesn't pay for trips around the country. If you want to get Pod Runners Union shirt or Fiesta medal, Fiesta's coming up. Go to the website, podrunnersunion.org/store, and buy all the shirts because Dixon Yang made them and they're sitting in my closet. Thanks for having me on, Christian.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Sasha. Thank you for your picks. Yeah, definitely some spicy ones there.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Out ruffled me. That's what he said he was going to do.
Oh, yeah. Colt had some spicy ones too. The Hurricanes in 4th was pretty big.
I thought so too. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Well, it's gonna be interesting. I want to give a shout out to all the Texas teams that are going out, especially Texas Demo and Texas Titans. 2 of the 3 sponsored. Well, there's some other teams that have a sponsorship, but just that have a flavor, you know. Strike Force is coming soon too, but got to figure that one out with Sasha. Yeah, I just safe travels, Christian. When are you leaving?
Me and my wife fly out tomorrow afternoon.
Cool.
So we'll be there.
I'll be there around 10, 11 o'clock over there. Their time. I leave like at 4 or 5 in the morning here.
Oh,
So,
okay. All right. Yeah. Well, drive safe. Yeah, we'll see you there. Make sure you go swing by Uno's Jerky. I mean, he sold out on Saturday a cup, and now he's bringing almost double the bags. So
yeah.
gotta get that good stuff for you. All right. So,
Definitely.
Sasha, do you have any last shout outs you want to make, or?
Let me think here for a second. No, I'm just going to shout out all the pod runners and pit crew out there that I know are going to be working hard, sweating out there in Vegas, probably after a night at the tables, losing all their money and then trying to earn it back, slinging pods. I know that everyone knows that you have to have a solid pit crew to be successful in X Ball. Not so much 5-man, I think, or 10-man necessarily, but definitely for X Ball. And I want, if you guys need anyone out there for upcoming events, needs a pit crew or pod runners, go ahead and message me at Pod Runners Union on Instagram, and I will put up a post to try to help you find the staff you need. Same other direction. If you're a pod runner or pit crew looking for teams, let me know, and I will put up a post for you on social media.
Love it. Sasha, do you just do that for the NXL events, or do you do that for regionals?
I'll do it for anything because I need content. And when someone messages me with that, it's like free content that I didn't have to work for. So thank you.
All right. And your pod runners thing, is that just pod runners? Is that any pit staff?
You know, I get asked that, but you know, pit crew union doesn't really have a ring to it like pod runners union. But you know, pod runners have a real like subculture of stealing pods and stuff like that. So I sort of got onto that and made a fun thing. But yeah, it's for everybody in the pit. You don't have to be a pod runner. Anyone not playing.
You know what I'm gonna do for you? I'm gonna get some of your stickers and I'm gonna put it on a pod. Right.
Okay.
And I'm gonna mark. Hold on. I'm gonna mark it. And then for every team that steals that pod, I'll give them a bag of jerky.
Here we go.
You're going to be giving the Titans a lot of jerky because they've got a ton of pod runners, union pods. I would rethink that business model.
It's gonna be marked with a marker by me somewhere.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
good plan. I love it.
Thanks for the jerky in advance, Sasha.
Wait, breaking news: collab between Uno's Jerky and Pod Runners Union.
I love it.
There you go. You heard it here.
Steal pod.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna wrap this up. Thanks everybody online for tuning in. Go follow Colt at Coltimus on Instagram. Go follow JC at Uno's Jerky. Go follow Sasha at Pod Runners Union. So what other guests would you all like to see on the show? Be sure to leave a comment down below. While you're at it, hit the subscribe button. The show goes live weekly here on youtube.com/inthepitspaintballpodcast. Recordings are posted to YouTube, Amazon, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify the next day. Shout out to my partner and sponsor tier subscribers on Patreon, FU Athletics, Get That Shot, Paintball Kumite, Compete, Memraps, Skull Monkeys Paintball, Hydra, XCPL Events, Mariachi Aguilas de Oro, Pod Runners Union, 71 Designs, and Bioworks IV. So we will see you guys next week after the NXL Vegas event for episode 90. That's right. We're almost there to the big one. And yeah, stay tuned for the episode schedule. And yeah, we'll see you in Vegas. Please come say hi. Hit me up if you want to grab a drink or something. Yeah, I'll be there pretty much the whole week. So yeah, we'll see you there. JC, Sasha, thank you both so much.
Thank you, Christian. Safe travels.
Have fun and be safe out there, guys.